Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Super Metroid. On the second episode we're moving forward and we're actually headed towards Kraid, so it's not too bad. This is another reason why we needed the super missiles, of course. We needed it to access Kraid. Now here we can just go all the way down and it's not too bad. We don't have the power bombs just yet, but we'll get them soon enough. Now there are going to be rooms we're going to skip, because I don't need missile recharge stations that much, or even the save rooms, so I'm not really worried about those. You do want to head up here though, and just a simple wall jump. And I'm going to show a frame by frame of that. Some of the tricks I'm not going to show a frame by frame of if they're kind of obvious, but some I will. Here we get the spazer, of course, which divides the beam into 3 separate parts. Well, for most beams it divides it up into 3 separate parts. There's a beam where it divides it up into 2 separate parts, but we'll worry about that later. And watch out for the yapping maws there. If you're lucky enough, you're skilled enough, you won't get pulled down by them. And that, if they do, then it'll waste a bit of time, so it's definitely not worth it. Ignore Meridia for now. This trick isn't too bad. You have just enough room to do a short jump and make it across there. Just don't hit the ceiling or you'll come up short and have to wall jump on the side. This is pretty easy here to just kind of missile everything. And you'll get enough super missiles. You only need about 3 or 4 super missiles. I think 3 super missiles is fine for Kraid. There's a way to actually get rid of Kraid very quickly. And you have to be very quick with your missiles for that. Now once I get rid of Kraid, I'll show you on the right hand side what we did. But basically what you want to do is you want to have at least about 5 missiles and 3 super missiles. And what you do is, right when he shows up, you fire 3 regular missiles around his eye, or his eyes. And once he opens up his maw, you have just enough time to get in 3 super missiles. And if you're very quick, you can do it just like that. And there's a frame by frame, by the way, if you want to watch what happened. You can see what missiles went in where. And of course, if you do it too quickly, like I just did, the rest of the room won't show up. You have to kind of figure out how to get to the other side of the room. That's not too bad. That's the best way to handle Kraid. Very easy. And with enough practice, it's not that difficult. Of course, I kind of screw up a bit on Fantoon, but that's alright. A run can't be perfect, you know. I got lucky and he gave me like 4 super missiles there. I like how you get like a Kraid mini boss there to get a little boost in your weaponry, I suppose. And of course, don't miss this room. For 100% run, you do need to get this. I kind of wasted a little time with those, but that's alright. It's strange, since I've seen so many very short speed runs, this is kind of taking longer for me in terms of my perception, I suppose, but still, it's pretty fast. It's odd how perception can be very relative, you know? And now we're in Norfair. And of course we can't do that much sequence breaking just yet, but, well, we do need one thing. Which will make life a little easier anyway. And you know where I'm heading. Energy tank first, and then, of course, if we go down here... By the way, if you open that door and kill that little crawler guy there, it will make life a lot easier in a few seconds. Because the door won't be sealed behind you when you come back into the room. It's a strange glitch, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens there. Sos did it in his runs, and hey, if it works, it works. I'm not going to, you know, complain. And don't forget the missiles up here. A little bit of wall jumping here and there. Norfair is a little bit of, well, not much of a maze, but you do have to do a few detours to get everything. Side hoppers aren't too bad. I don't think those are side hoppers. No, the side hoppers are something else, sorry. I don't know all of the Super Metroid enemy names. And it's difficult for me to remember them all, so sorry about that. I'm sure somebody will correct me eventually. The side hoppers are the ones that look like they've got two long legs. Kind of look like the lower half of a frog. The enemies in Super Metroid have really strange names to them. They really do. It's like the enemies in Zelda 2. You know, the names are almost impossible to memorize. They're just really bizarre. At least they're not, you know, straightforward like Mario games, you know. But let's face it, in Super Metroid there's a lot of variety. Oh, by the way, that last trick, there's a frame-by-frame there showing you what happened there. If you get rid of the door before you, it's easier to make that jump. You get enough speed for that jump. And don't forget the missiles over here. This is one of the few missiles that I always forget about if I'm doing a 100% run. And, yeah. It's easy to forget that one. I remember for the longest time I kept getting like 225 missiles in runs years ago, and I couldn't figure out where that last missile was. But that's where it is. And now we get the lovely speed booster. I remember the first time I got the speed booster, I was like, whoa. I mean, it's such a badass power-up, it really is. When I was younger, I kind of envisioned a game like Super Metroid where you would have different levels of speed boosters and you'd have different puzzles where you couldn't go extremely fast, but you had to go specific speeds to get through the puzzles, but they never came out with a game like that as far as I'm aware. It would have been kind of interesting, though. But it would have been really frustrating as well. It would have been like a Super Metroid on crack, I guess. Like 10 different suits and 5 different speed boosters and God knows what else. But hey, you know, the mind of a 10-year-old, right? Oh no, I wasn't 10 when this game came out. I was 13 when it came out, and I think I was 14 or 15 the first time I played it. So, but still, you know, the mind of a young teenager. Thinks he knows everything, and he really doesn't. Anyways, we get the wave beam over here. Very useful. Very quick wall jump out of there. You don't have to kill every enemy, but it helps when you get some of them out of the way. Also, I know, this is kind of spoil it a little bit, but I know Krakow Meyer's coming up in this episode. And, for some strange reason, I remember like it was an any percentage speed run where they skipped Krakow Meyer. Or maybe it was a different route, but they, I think they used like a charged up plasma weapon against Krakow Meyer, and I've never done that before. But I still found an easy way to get rid of him. Looking back, I can easily see where I can shave off, you know, 30 seconds here and 15 seconds there, but I'm not going to do another speed run of this game for a long time. I'm very satisfied with the time that I got in this game. I may never get it again, I may get it better, who knows. Anyways, the best thing to do with Krakow Meyer here is just to charge up your weapon and diagonally hit him as soon as he opens up his mouth. I don't know if he's got 8 eyes or something, but I think there was a formula, like certain weapons will make him take a certain number of steps back, and it's not worth wasting your super missiles on. When the charge beam gets him taken care of pretty quickly, you see. And it's very formulaic, too. And here I just went for this energy tank. You might as well. You don't have to wait for Krakow Meyer to completely disappear before getting that. And you really don't need the grappling hook either. But I need just enough energy for this next trick. Well, you'll see in a moment. I've got to get rid of the ghost of Krakow Meyer first. Krakow Meyer. Yeah, I was just having fun with a gun there. Right here, jump over here, fire, and do your shine spark, and that's how to do that trick. You'll see on the right there, the frame by frame. It's not that difficult. The difficult part about that was figuring out how to do it, not practicing it, really. Of course, if I do it again, I'll make a mistake and screw up on it, but either way, enough practice, you'll get that. Just takes a little bit of quick finger work, and you'll get it. Kaboom! Sometimes you can actually shoot at a door when it's off screen and open it up. Or something like that. It's, you can kind of shoot just a little ahead of yourself. It can open up a door and you can still keep your speed up and running into the next area. That was a little trick. Just pull out your grappling hook pretty quickly and you've got it. I have this thing where my controller will actually, on the left hand, I'll actually move my index finger over my other fingers. I'm weird like that, and then I can hit the select key, or the select button rather, really quickly while I'm doing something else. I know it looks really painful if you've ever seen it, or somebody do something like that, but it works for me. I don't know. Can't argue with results, right? Here I really screwed up, but whatever. Good thing is I just have enough energy for the next little thing I need to do. Now here, if you run here and open up the door, you will be able to do a speed boost, a shine spark here, and go straight up, and you won't have to wall jump. It takes a little bit less time. Overshot that one. And that wraps up this episode of Let's Play Super Metroid. This was the route we took, however you want to pronounce route or route. So you can see how we went to Norfair, and we're going to be heading our way somewhere else in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.